Today I'm going to show you how to work a modified crunch stitch. It gives a nice texture and it's far easier than the regular crunch stitch. In a regular crunch stitch you have to work into slip stitches, so I try to avoid that and work into double crochet stitches. So here is my version of the crunch stitch. Make a slip knot. Chain any even number. I'm going to chain a total of 14. Let's start our first row. One single crochet into the second chain from hook. So this is the first chain and this is the second chain. You don't count the loop on your hook. Insert your hook into the second chain, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops on your hook. Let's do that again. Insert your hook into the next chain, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through the 2 loops on your hook. And work 1 single crochet in each chain across. One single crochet in the last chain. So that completes your row 1. Let's start round 2. Chain 1, turn, and 1 slip stitch into the very first stitch. Try to make this slip stitch loose. So pull up your hook a little bit so the loop on your hook becomes bigger, and then work your slip stitch into the very first stitch. Insert your hook into the stitch, pull it through the stitch and the loop on your hook to complete your first slip stitch. 1 double crochet in the next stitch. To work a double crochet, wrap your yarn around your hook, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2 again. That completes a double crochet. Slip stitch in the next stitch, insert your hook into the stitch, pull up a loop through the stitch as well as the loop on your hook to complete the slip stitch. 1 double crochet in the next. So this row is 1 slip stitch, 1 double crochet. 1 slip stitch, 1 double crochet to the end, and you will end with a slip stitch in the very last stitch. Double crochet, slip stitch. You keep alternating that until the end of the row. Into the last stitch you work a slip stitch, and make sure you work that slip stitch loose. For that, pull your hook up a little bit and then insert your hook into the stitch, and then complete your slip stitch. Now we have completed row 2, and if you turn and see the back side, you'll see a bumpy texture. So let's start our row 3, chain 1, and before you start, if you observe your stitches, they're going to be hidden behind your bumps. So you'll see big stitches, which are the double crochet stitches, and tiny stitches stuck in between, and those will be the slip stitches. So you chain 1 to turn, and 1 single crochet in the same stitch as chain 1, 2 single crochet in the next double crochet. They'll be behind your bumps. So 2 single crochet in the next double crochet, skip the next slip stitch, which is the tight one. You'll skip that and work 2 double crochet into the next double crochet, and you keep on doing that. Skip the slip stitch and work 2 single crochet into the next double crochet until you have 3 stitches left, until you'll have 1 slip stitch, 1 double crochet, and the last stitch left. So skip the slip stitch, 2 single crochet into the next double crochet, skip the slip stitch, 2 single crochet into the next double crochet, skip the slip stitch, 2 single crochet into the next double crochet. Keep doing that until you have 3 stitches left. That is 1 tight slip stitch and then 2 more stitches left. So now you have only 3 stitches left, 1 slip stitch, 1 double crochet, and the last one. Now you work 1 single crochet into that double crochet. Instead of 2, you'll work only 1 here, and then 1 single crochet into that last stitch. So that completes our row 3. Let's start row 4. Chain 1, turn, 1 slip stitch in the same stitch. Try to make the slip stitch loose, pull up the loop, complete slip stitch in the very first stitch, 1 double crochet in the next. Row 4 is a repeat of row 2. Every alternate row is the same. It's slip stitch, double crochet, slip stitch, double crochet, alternating with each other. Double crochet, slip stitch, double crochet, slip stitch, double crochet, slip stitch, double crochet, and I'm going to finish with a slip stitch in the very last stitch, and I have to make sure I do it loose because I'm going to work into the first and the last slip stitch in the next row. I completed row 4, and now let's begin row 5. Chain 1, 1 single crochet in the same stitch as chain 1, one single crochet in next double crochet. Now row 5 is very similar to row 3, but you start with 1 single crochet in the next double crochet instead of 2. If you don't do that, your work will slant towards one side and you don't want that happening. So that's why we are alternating the number of single crochets in the beginning and the end double crochets, so you get straight edges. So 1 single crochet in the next double crochet, skip the next slip stitch, 2 single crochet in next, skip the next slip stitch, 2 single crochet in the next double crochet, skip the slip stitch, 2 single crochet in the next double crochet. You keep repeating that sequence until you have 1 stitch left this time. Skip the slip stitch, 2 single crochet in the next double crochet, skip the slip stitch, 2 single crochet in the 2 single crochet in the next double crochet. And now you have 1 last stitch and you work 1 single crochet into it. So that completes row 5. And you repeat rows 2 to 5 for your pattern. And this is how it's going to look after you do a few more rows. It gives you a nice bumpy texture, just like the crunch stitch and without much effort. And this grows far quicker than working into slip stitches.